judgment in the matter of Abassi and another against Newcastle upon Tyne Hospital's NHS Foundation Trust.
The unanimous decision of this court is that the terms woman and sex in the Equality Act 2010 refer to a biological woman and biological sex. But we counsel against reading this judgment as a triumph of one or more groups in our society at the expense of another. It is not.
The court will now adjourn.
This is the law, and they need to stop pushing faulty guidance into schools and hospitals. And you know, I think there is going to be an ongoing fight, because we still have policies that now we know, we always knew that they were unlawful because they allowed self-ID, and we from our previous rulings we knew self-ID was not lawful. But now we have a really concrete basis on which to go forward, and so we are going to be working on making sure they get those policies out of these places, and hopefully they will start taking our advice a bit more.
It means there's absolute clarity in law regarding what a woman is. We know for sure now that we are referring to the biological sex class of women, and that when we see a women-only space, it means exactly that. Just women, no men, not even if they have a gender recognition certificate.
And
Oh, it's absolutely a victory for women's rights. This case was always about women, never about trans rights, who, as Judge Hodge said, that they are fully protected in law still. But now we have clarity over what a woman means in law.
So this is a way of bringing clarity to a very confused area of the law. I think it's a very practical decision. It's a very common sense decision. It's a decision that gets round the practical problems that he outlined, which is how would you know whether somebody was born a woman or has a gender recognition certificate making them a woman, because you can't even ask them if they have a gender recognition certificate. That's private. How would you deal with all the problems of single-sex spaces? How do you deal with the problems of lesbian groups, of other groups who rely on what's sometimes described as natal sex? Lord Hodge went to considerable lengths to say that although this was a victory for the campaign group, it wasn't a defeat for the trans community. He was making it very clear that their rights are protected. It doesn't mean that they can be discriminated against. They have rights under the Equality Act. It is a defeat for the Scottish Government, which issued this guidance. It's overturning the Scottish courts, which upheld the guidance. Worth bearing in mind that Lord Hodge and the President of the Supreme Court are both from Scotland. They're both former Scottish judges, and the other judges, the other members of the court included the female members of the court. So it's a very clear and decisive decision, which is something that people who feared there might have been some sort of fudge, some sort of grey area, will be pleased with, even though it's a defeat for one side, to the extent that Lord Hodge says that, well, they still have their rights, and a victory for the campaigners who wanted women to be defined as people born as women.